Hey there, before the video starts, are you looking to get your account reviewed? If so, it's real simple. All you gotta do is head to IdleOn Toolbox, click on the Data tab, scroll down to Profile Management, go ahead and copy that link provided, and make sure you hit Upload My Profile. Once you see the green check mark, you're good to go. Then just drop by our Discord, The Vault, go ahead and scroll on down to the IdleOn Account Reviews text channel. You can go ahead and drop your link there with a little blurb on what you'd like us to focus on, and we're happy to get to you when we can. And now, enjoy the video. What is up, YouTube? Will309 here, back again for another IdleOn account review, this time from Med, who's looking for a general review and happy to, if nobody makes 2 and 3, because you have to do it yourself. You have to solo the content, man. That's what we all do. Or you can ask in the IdleOn Discord for help, because people do that also. It's fairly easy to do World 2 Dungeon solo. Alright, so starting off with star sign, star sign, star sign, star sign. So you need to assign your star signs on your toons. Next, you need to fix your tranquil status on 1, 2 characters here. So I want you to fix your Divinity Stance on 2 of your toons. Let's see. Next, Cardset. You are currently doing mining in Motherlode, but he's running fighting, so you need to fix your Cardset bonus on your first DK. You've been doing your mini-bossing, which is good. Your Equinox is full at the moment, so we'll be taking a look at that. But let's tear right into your character setup. So before we do that, Obols. No. This is fine, but none of these are rolled. So you're sitting at potential bests, but they're not really. So you need to fix that. Secondly, at this point, drop the stat Obols and be picking up the skilling Obols if that's your goal, because you're leaving a lot on the table. Like, drop rate is arguably better than the total combined strength of these, so you need to really rebuild your Obols. If you're going to go for skilling, but overall, yeah, you're better to just place temporarily POP Obols in here rather than that. Like, this is fine, you know, this is not too bad, but you definitely need to re-roll it. It's just, yeah, you're leaving a lot more on the table by just running stat. It's non-beneficial to you. So you need to rebuild your Obols to either be skill set based or include placeholder POP Obols. Let's take a look at prayers. Skill dimwit, skill dimwit, skill dimwit, skill dimwit, skill dimwit. Yep. You do have Zerg, but you're not utilizing it on everybody, so that's a big no-no. So missing Zerg, 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 missing Zerg. So you need to equip Zerg Rush on all of your toons. Next, PO boxes. Done. Okay. Onto equipment. No. You need to dump the mob respawn ASAP. This pendant is long since dead. You're way better picking up a divine scarf on everybody rather than that. So, but let's do a quick overview here. So you're running Emperor with marble shoes, I guess is okay. A very interesting build on this with odd rings. Cooking's fine. Motherlode's fine with this. This is fine. This needs upgrading. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. This is okay. So I max one man and I swap only after. I can understand your point of view, but it's not beneficial because you're still hindering the rest of your characters. So you're losing out on better prints, you're losing out on better stat bonuses. If they're doing their kills per hour, they're missing out on that. Like at this point where you're at, and if I take a look, you should have a significant amount of kills in your death note here. You're leaving a lot on the table. Oh, you don't even have an Eclipse Skulls. Yeah, you got 51 built. No, come on, man. At this point, you're leaving so much on the table, you're neutering yourself. I can understand the need to swap around gear, don't get me wrong. That works a good chunk of the time, but if your goal is to sit here and farm out green mushrooms and get more kill per hour, he needs to have a Godshard set. Your tools, case in point, all over the place. Like, I understand to a point, but this shouldn't be for where you're at if you're already at this point in the game. It's a big no-no. Big no-no. So, top of the list here, I want you to get Godshard Armor on everyone. I want you to get Godshard tools on everyone. You gotta make for everybody. Like, yes, they're up to Marble Glass. They should be rocking Godshard. The Divine set needs to be running Godshard. Like, all of it's gotta go. Spring trips, thumbnails up. Okay, I'll take a look. But let's see what else we're doing here. So, Godshard tools for sure. The traps are okay, but could be better. The skull's fine. But the problem is the rest of your guys. How to farm fast a bar? Any amount... So, you already have a guy at green mushrooms, so taking advantage of the SB, because I want a lot of Godshard bars, constantly keep your forge full, because I guarantee you it's probably empty. No, it's not. You have a time to empty about a day. Yeah, so if I take a look here at Forge Cap for World 5, bonuses. Yeah, you only have a ×3. This is what's going to make or break it. So here's what you do. You set your Siege Breaker to AFK farm in green mushrooms once a day. You claim your AFK time, so it fires his passive ability. If you have enough, you will instantaneously blow through all of your bars. Instantaneously blow through all of them. You will get to a point where you're going to be missing so much ore, you're going to be having to have multiple billion stack prints. But yeah, that's the best way to do it. In terms of upgrades here, I want you to upgrade your skulls, upgrade your traps, upgrade your splicers. So, traps, sure. Egalitarian trap is not bad. Definitely needs to be upgraded for whatever level you can use. The Cultist Skull is good. Get this on everybody. The biggest thing I'm saying here, you should not be running double-barreled splicer at this point. This is a huge stat stick that you're leaving on the table at the moment. So you need to get everybody up to tier 3 splicers. Like, you've got 1 at the moment, 2. Yeah, everybody needs to have a tier 3 splicer. There's no excuse for that. That is a fairly easy grind to do. Especially with Time Candy and rocking at least half decent gear. You can easily get it done. In terms of necklaces, I want you to get Divine Scarf on everyone. So farming out your necklaces, getting Divines on everybody, getting your Lucky Lads used up, get Divine Scarf on everybody at minimum. Do you have full Opal sets on everybody else? Let's take a look. Okay, they've got a Demented set. Why are you doing this? So you've got a guy who's doing Samurai Guardians, but he has a 30% kills in World 2. That does nothing for you, and the boss damage ring is just bad. Ancient Golems doing damage is okay. Yeah, like you... What is that? What is what? I changed that now. It doesn't update in real time. That's the one thing. But if you're talking about what Divine Scarf is, this is what a Divine Scarf is. Let's see. Anvil. This is a Divine Scarf. 25% all AFK gain, 20% mob respawn. It is the upgrade from the Cheezor Scarf. You use the Strung Tooth Pendant drop from killing Croc in World 5. along with Lucky Lads and Croc Teeth, and you get a Divine Scarf. This is going to be BIS for you. So I want you to farm that out on everybody. In general, I want you to get Demented Opals on everyone. I think that's fine as a baseline, but definitely we need to talk about your food. You should not be using auto-healing food at this point in your farming. This needs to be chucked away. You are running at least some golden grilled cheese, things like that. That's good. But, yeah, like, this isn't relevant to you. Get rid of this. Golden grilled cheese, get rid of this. This is more relevant to the point on V-Man, but not really. You're not doing catching, so drop the catching speed. He doesn't need base HP. Movement speed's irrelevant. You need to rebuild your equipped food setup. You need to be including stuff like more golden dumplings, like nigiri for class XP if they're going to be doing any kind of farming, and you need to be running golden cheese at a minimum, so you're getting your shrine AFK. So you need to completely rebuild your equipped foods setup on everyone. Because, yeah, you're running all this. Farming the Godshard stuff. For this, I have trapping food. Your man needs golden hams. Yep, there's a lot of stuff that's in need here. But, yeah, dump all the actual food. You don't need this anymore. You don't need this anymore. You farm XP for full Godshard stuff. Yep. Then if your goal is to farm full XP on everybody, dump the foods, fill them with XP pots at minimum, stack grilled cheeses, and stack dumplings and nigiri on everybody. If you need to, split up your stack. Just kind of spread the love around on everybody if that's your goal. All right, on to account proper. Okay, you've done some onyxing minus dragon statue, so definitely want to finish onyxing your statues. I can already tell your levels are incredibly low for where they should be. Yeah, incredibly low, so you need to farm out more statue levels. And yeah, rebuild your opal setup, because this is not benefiting you in the slightest. Like, this is fine for the drop rate and the croc, but like, this is not helping you. This is just hindering you. You could be replacing this with literally anything else. All right, on to dungeons. Okay, you have got your upgrades. You still need to buy your accuracy, defense, and crit chance bonuses, so finish buying your dungeon stat bonuses. And have you bought all your RNG items? You're close to a point. Yeah, you're close, but you're not fully done. And then traits are fine. Constellations, you're at 222. This is easy. Just don't active kill anything until once you get your reset, and then you can just jump between characters for giant mob kills. So I want you to finish your last, and then you're missing another one, I believe, or is that my math's just wrong? It's 5. What are you missing? It's just that, right? Yeah, it's just that. Oh, because it's 7. Yep. Finish your last star sign for constellations. Okay, now, yeah, then you basically have to just wait it out until the weekly reset. Don't do any activing. Once the reset hits and you get your giant mob chance back, just hop between characters and get it done. It's fairly easy. Vault. Looking good. No complaints there. Let's take a look at apocalypses on your second DB. Still need to do office kills. You've done Zowing, which to a point. You've done Zowing to a point. You still need to Chow and Super Chow, and you've done no Wowing. So you need to Zow, Chow, Super Chow, and Wow with your second DB for damage, cooking, and golden bonuses, golden food bonuses. Grimoire, so you're at 2,500 total level. Okay, so you're pushed out to Lee's Village extracurricular, which is not too bad. Your next goal should be the Skull of Major Damage. So I want you to push your Grimoire level to... Just give me a sec. To Skull of Major Damage unlock. Let's take a look at Compass. Compass is Abominations. Okay, you're rolled 4, rolled 5, which is fine. You haven't farmed any of the remaining medals for World 3 or World 2, and you probably haven't done any of the arena chests, have you? You've done none. Okay, so you need to farm out your medals for your Wind Walker, for damage and accuracy bonuses. Let's take a look at your Tesseract. You're 908. Okay. Yeah, this is not too bad. I'm not really want to complain here, but you definitely want to unlock the Jewel of Wrath as soon as possible. So I want you to push your Arcane Cultist Tesseract to get the Jewel of Deadly Wrath. On to World of 1. Anvil. Full. Yeah, full. All full of shit. So you need to make sure to keep claiming your anvil for materials and XP. Let's take a look at Forge. You're smelting away, which is good. Upgrades, bots, bribes, done. Stamps. This is useless. I have all green stack and anvil. Have you passed the 1 bill mark in the green stack or on the all the alchemy requirements for anvil items? I'd be shocked if you were. We're gonna go check. No. No, dude. Yeah, your items aren't anywhere close to what they should be. It's great that you've green stacked them, don't get me wrong, but the fact that your investment's still lacking here in the alchemy department leads me to believe that that was just what you focused on, rather than the actual usage of the alchemy materials. Because if I look at your stamps, which we're at now, it better be immaculate in terms of cost. Yeah, no. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is under cost, underdeveloped. Yeah. Just because you've green stacked something doesn't mean that's the end of claiming. Like, you're going to be having to do prints that require 2 billion plus on shit. And you're not at that point. You're nowhere near that point. You're sub 10k. So, in terms of stamps, for one, you're missing a stamp. You're literally missing your last stamp here. So you need to get that. So get your last stamp unlocked. And 2, you need to push your stamp total to 14k. Because as it sits, you're sub 10k. I'm staring at a sea of blue. I'm absolutely staring at a sea of blue. The fact that your Queston stamp is so ridiculously dirt cheap right now is insulting. The fact that you can upgrade your card stamp is insulting. Forge capacity right there. Boom. You've got plenty of tape to go do your vendor stamp, which is going to help you reinvest in buying all your vendor shit. Even your talent point stuff is ridiculously cheap. Multi-kill is ridiculously cheap. Yeah, your stamps are horribly underdeveloped and you're sandbagging yourself. It's not a good thing. So definitely, your goal is you're pushing all of your stamps to a total of 14k. Because the fact that I'm sitting in this sea of blue with no gilded stamp and no atom reduction is insane. You really need to invest in this stuff. Yeah, even this kind of thing is dirt cheap. This is dirt cheap for a multi-tool stamp. Ridiculously dirt cheap. Owl. 50% drop rate, that's good. Bubbles. Okay, for your efficiency threshold, I'm setting it at 90%. Yeah, you're nowhere close to that. Do you have all your bubbles unlocked? You do. So I want you to push your alchemy efficiency to 90% on the first 4 pages. Let's see. Let's take a look at cauldrons. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to have all that bought, but... Okay, upgrades are bought. Vials. Hydrate, I shall here. Yeah, you've got a lot of 13s, but the fact that, like, even your basic stuff, like your skinny 0 cal, yeah, you don't even have your actual, like, thumb POV done. You've got mob prints that you haven't done. Welcome in, Cosmic Core. How are you doing, my friend? Welcome in. But yeah, this is no excuse for this kind of stuff. None. Mm-mm. This stuff should have been completed ages ago. So you need to... Oh, well, thank you. Thank you, Cosmic. Keep pushing your vials to level 13. Am I ready, boys? Oh, there we go. Welcome on in, Raiders. Welcome on in. Well, I'm Will. I do account reviews for IdleOn. If you like one, feel free to go ahead and submit in our Discord. We're happy to get to you. We're doing an account review here for Med at the moment, who's looking like he's got some serious gaps and things to work on. So feel free to stick around. Sigils work. You are doing sigils work. You're working on P-Pod. That's good. Let's take islands. Okay, you've got all your islands unlocked. Kilroy. Upgrades on your Kilroy. Yeah, stop investing in talent drops. You need more into bonus skulls for sure. Like, this is criminal that you have 12 in talent drops. Yeah, you need bonus skulls, and you want to push respawn to 40 ASAP. ASAP. You need to do that. All right, let's take a look at Kangaroo. But thank you so much for the raid, Cosmic. Welcome in. Yeah, sub 20%. So, I want you to push your Rue bonuses, so you're getting advantage of 20%. AFK gains, absolutely. Let's take a look at printer. Okay. Yeah, no. Your prints need to be reprinted for sure, and it doesn't help that your stamps are criminally underleveled. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is subpar for where it be, and it's all over the place. So, the way that you need to do it is your ES is responsible for chopping only. If you need to do prints for your refinery, you do it on your Windwalker, okay? You don't do it on your ES. Get this guy back to chopping. Your V-Man can do prints as well, and you do it by taking a print during a V-Man speedrun and after taking advantage of the multi-kill offered by killing bosses in the run. This needs to go back to mining, and he's sub 90%. That's not okay. The rest of this is fine, but yeah, you need to completely rebuild your prints, my man. Completely rebuild your prints. Refinery. Oh, you're salt locked. That's why. Oh, dude, you are fucked. That is rough. Okay. Have you been following the ratio guide for salts, Med? Because this should not be auto-refining. This should not be auto-refining. The ratios on this are already immediately wrong, and the ratios for this is cooked. So as it sits, if I look in our Discord here, because we have documentation on this. If I look at the ratio sheet. Going in hard. I got it. That's the thing. I will be honest and brutal to the truth. My goal is to push people to work on themselves, and I will provide them, and this is what I do for every review. You get a big list of things you need to work on. So everybody gets a nice big old list of areas to improve, how to improve, things to focus on, because I want people to succeed. There's no sense in struggling where I can offer guidance. So case in point, you don't want to see my account? Trust me, I have seen the worst of the worst, like counts that have made me crash out. I guarantee you're nowhere near that point. So, you are at 14 null salts, which means this needs to be 24. This needs to be 42. You are well past the chart. Well past the chart on spontaneous salts. So your ratios are going to be completely messed up just for a while. this is fine to be over, and this is fine. But as it sits, like, this is the complete wrong ratio in terms of actually keeping Infinity going. So at that time, yeah, you need to rebuild your salts. There. Get this, boom. Completely rebuild your prints and fix your salts using the ratio guide to unsalt block yourself. Doesn't quite remember way to review. And everybody who wants a review happily gets a review. It also gets turned into a YouTube video down the line. But if you're interested in getting a review done, all you do is go to our Discord, post it into the IdleOn review requests forum. Everybody gets a list. Everybody who asks for one gets a big old list to work on stuff. And you're always able to come back and reference it. If you ever need another review, simply open a new post and we get to you. I want to make sure people progress, get those dopamine hits they're looking for. Atom Collider is good, except for the fact your fluoride is underleveled. Neon's underleveled. Magnesium compound's okay, but yeah, your fluoride needs to be maxed, your neon needs to be maxed. And you could definitely afford to put some more investment into helium for sure. But definitely keep investing into... Will they get reviewed one day? We've still got an hour and change. We've got like an hour to 2 hours left on stream, so if you stick around, man, you'll get review done today. Keep investing into your Atom Collider. Equinox, like you said, you're working on. Laboratory Fuse, I'm sorry, but you're kind of falling for the gimmick. This is really, really terrible. It's a noob trap, and a lot of people tend to fall for it. It's okay. Your goal right now should be matching Sims as your focus. Don't put any more into Food Lust. When you get Equinox symbols, this is what you're going to invest in. In terms of challenges, yep, you need to do your dungeons like you mentioned. You can solo World 2 dungeon really, really easily. World 3 is a bit more of a pain in the ass, but you can easily solo it. The 100 billion mushroom kills is not too bad. So next time for sure, absolutely Cosmic. The downside is the next stream will be in a week from now. So I'm actually leaving for a week, so I will be back Tuesday of the following week. And yeah, you're working on green stacking, but definitely want to do your World 2 and World 3 dungeon runs for Equinox completion. And then let's take a look at buildings. You've got the good ones done. Kraken cosplayer is a bit low. Definitely. You are working on shrines, which is fine. Death Note. You have Eclipse Skulls, but you aren't using them. Eclipse Skulls give you 5% multiplicative damage value whenever you actually get an Eclipse Skull. So you're missing out on quite a bit of free damage just by not doing your Eclipse Skulls. So I want you to Eclipse Skull Worlds 1 through 5. Let's take a look at Worship. You're keeping up with Worship charge, which is good, but you're using Siphon, which isn't. Your TD is severely underleveled where it should be, so I want you to push your TD waves across the board. Take a look at prayers. Definitely want to be leveling prayers. Yeah, I know it's not super useful to do them all, but at the end of the day, just get them all leveled up. Stuff like Shiny Snitch is useful. Stuff like Rucksack is super useful. Eventually, shit like Fibers of Absence is going to be fucking huge when we start pushing World 7, things like that. So in general, you need to invest in leveling your prayers across the board. Alright, let me readjust myself here because I'm literally falling out of my chair. I'm getting too far forward. Alright, let's keep on going. So, we got traps here. Traps are fine. Traps are fine, to be brutally honest, but ideally I'd rather see more investment into XP like this because your trapping level is low. you're not going to be able to push out your traps as much as you could be. So definitely want you to focus XP trapping to get 120 traps online sooner. Let's take a look at Salt Lick. Salt Lick, refinery speed, needs investments. Damage dealt, needs investment. So I want you to finish your investment into Salt Lick. Let's take a look at Armory. Yeah, you don't have Godshard bonuses, Emperor set. Yeah, that's fine. Let's take a look at cooking, because cooking is always an important factor. We're looking at 110 cooking, but you're in about the 70s to 50s. Yeah, you're a one little wonder. Yeah, the goal of cooking is you need to focus on the big three, that being meal cooking speed per kitchen upgrade level, and skill efficiency. As it sits, you're severely underleveled for where you should be, and you definitely need to spend some ladles. I want you to refocus your cooking and spend some ladles. Let's see, breeding. Fairly basic signage setup, like you're kind of crossing all over the place. Sheepy not being leveled is criminally underrated. Block not being leveled is criminally underrated. Zello, like there's so much stuff here that you're missing out on. Breedability, you've got some of a baseline, but still missing. And Arena, you're at 201. Okay. Lab looks good. Let's take a look at Rift. Rift is done, so you do have access to a lot of your bonuses here. Yeah, cooking criminally underleveled, so you're missing out on efficiency, damage, skill XP, all efficiency, and print. Like a lot of the stuff you're missing out on, and your divinity is just low across the board. Definitely want to invest more time into cooking skill and divinity skill for skill mastery bonuses. You can get 50 cooking on all characters super easy. Oh, absolutely. Top 25% account on Tome. Okay. Let's take a look at sailing. Need to finish out your sailing. So what I'm going to recommend is you do start doing your 2-hour time claims for sailing to farm your final relic. Let's take a look at divinity. Gods have been leveled to a point. Badger still needs investment. Flutterbyss still needs investment, so finish leveling your gods. Let's take a look at gaming. Super bits. Gaming is done. Whole content wise, you're at 15. Motherload, fairly low on the layer board. Den, fairly low, so I want you to push your motherload layers out. I want you to push your den score out. Bravery doesn't have the minimum requirement AFK, so get 24 AFK, 24k AFK hours on Bravery. Let's take a look at Bell. Bell is pretty underleveled. Harp is significantly underleveled. Cheap Opal still in lamps, and you're getting 12 a day. Definitely keep grabbing your cheap Opals in lamp. Let's take a look at Hive. Hive is ridiculously underleveled, so push your Hive layers out. Let's take a look at Grotto. Grotto, really underleveled, so your grotto layers out. Let's take a look at Justice. Justice doesn't have the minimum requirement, so you need to get 24k AFK hours on Justice next. Alright, let's see. Jars. Jars still has a high chance for an opal and a decent chance at a collectible. You do have some second page stuff, but not a huge amount of investment. Not too big of a focus. Evertree is still fairly low. Wisdom has almost nothing, but instead of 24k hours on Wisdom, I want to push to 10k, because Wisdom reward scaling kind of sucks. Gambit, not too bad on score. Temple, yeah, Yeah, not, way too low layers. So I want you to push your temple layers out. Let's check your engineer. Yeah, you're still missing a bucket engineer. Grabbing Rift guy as well. Bonuses wise, you are investing in this, which is good. Need more investment for jars as well. You picked up all the XP, which is fine, and you've got measurement bonuses here. Yeah, definitely picking up your forge capacity is going to help out. Equinox fill rate's going to be huge for the amount of Equinox levels you're missing as well. Like, there's some really good benefits in here. Measurement-wise, stuff's fairly cheap and fairly low at the moment, so definitely keep pushing your measurement bonuses out. Study... Yeah, you need to push a bell in study to 20 ASAP, so push bell bonus in study to level 20 ASAP. Let's take a look at Slab. You're missing 263 items, and it is a lot of dungeons and a lot of crafting quests and freebies. So, you need to claim your quests, and Obol Slab freebies. You need to do your dungeons on all your toon types for your Slab freebies. Let's take a look at World 6. Crops are fairly basic, not too far ahead. Still missing some unlocks there. Still missing unlocks in Mush and in Sushi. Market's probably dirt cheap. Yeah, farming solutions fairly cheap. Not much on crop doubler at the moment. Yeah, not much investment into Evo either, only 10 base levels, but you do have land ranks and overgrowth, so definitely want you to focus on the cheap magic bean and crop upgrades for farming. Let's take a look at sneaking. Running Silken Veil. Dump the bombs. You're just going to be running Silken Veil and beads. If you need to double up on even more sneaking bonus, throw in a third double Lotus, but don't use bombs. Jade Emporium is done. Where you at for Mastery? Okay, not too shabby. Definitely tweak your sneaking setup. Summoning. I'll leave access to floor 3 actually. Okay. Yeah, I also piece of advice here, this is criminally low. In terms of golden effects, you need to really invest. I'm curious what your upgrade. Yeah. Heavily invested mastery loot, absolutely. Your gemstone pilfer needs a lot. Your charms need a lot. Like, at this point, all of these should be in the thousands. These should be in the thousands, not sub 800s. That's really where you're leaving a shitload of bonuses on the table. You really need to invest this stuff out. Summoning wise, where are you at for battles? Invincibility, valid at 194. Stones, you're at 3. Arguably, I'd say start pushing stones to 4. So start pushing summoning stones to 4 kills each. To really kind of juice that, it will kind of push you over those lenses as well. Yeah, this is a big no-no. Golden cheese is easy to farm out. Meat pies, kebabs, ribs, butter bars, peanuts, the 9. You can farm all of this stuff out super easy. So you are going to be farming your golden food for your beanstalk bonuses. 100%. 100%. Because you really need it at this point. You need to juice every single value out of World 6. This is a factor. Nice outside. Nice. Emperor, you pushed up to 40. Definitely want to keep pushing Emperor out. Getting him up to 50 at minimum is going to be nice. So you can grab that other 10% drop rate, some more gaming bits, tachyons, so much good shit. And last but not least, cards. Yeah, your mob card should be 5-star at this point. Your resource card should be 5-star at this point. Yeah, this is criminal. This is criminal. That's a big no-no. So you're leaving chopping away gains. I make pushing to 50, but I have no idea. So the best way to do it is you basically got 2 forms. You do your Emperor kills on a DK, or you do it on an Arcane Cultist using the top platform, not the bottom platform. The reason you do it on an AC is because the top platform is so short. The skulls that he releases from his ability bounce back and forth so often, you'll blow through the waves way faster. But yeah, in terms of this is criminal. You need to push all this stuff out. You're leaving so much on the table in terms of bonuses here. So definitely, you're pushing your cards out. I want all mob cards to be 5-star. I want to get all resource cards to 4-star at minimum. And if you can, go all the way to 5-star. What, AC Vrimper? Absolutely. If you don't know, the top platform will allow you to machine gun the shit out of it. I'm not joking. Because AC spits out the purple skulls, the top platform is so small and he spawns so many of them, you can quadruple your damage output simply by sticking him on the top, hitting auto, and you'll blow through waves. I'm not kidding. What is really criminal, you think? So your stamps, or not your stamps, your cards, this stuff should not be at this level. So you're leaving, just by choice, 12% chopping AFK away gains. You're leaving, what is that, 36 chopping speed. You know, you've got chopping speed that you're leaving from World 6, chopping away gains from World 6, even more chopping efficiency, chopping speed, catching efficiency, catching away gains, catching efficiency, catching speed. This should nowhere, like, you need to push these out to 5-star. You need to push them out to 5-star. Same with your mob cards. Same with your mob cards. Some of these, which are passives, mind you, some of the stuff like in the World 5 stuff, Mining Speed, which turns passive due to Skilling Mastery, Skill XP, which is passive, Divinity XP, which is passive, Total Drop Rate from Brightside, Damage from Citrine. You know, a lot of this stuff that is passive, you're purposely leaving additional bonuses out on the table, so you need to farm out all of them. I've had 3 hours to sleep in the last 40 I'm at head out. Have a good night, Squanchy. Sleep well, my man. I'll take a look at those thumbnails and let you know as well. So definitely want to farm those out. Now, that being said, folks, I've been Will. This has been another IdleOn Account review. If you'd like an account review yourself, check us out. We're live Tuesdays or Fridays over on Twitch. If you want to get on the list for the review, it's real simple. Go to our Discord. Links in the description below. Go ahead and go to our reviews requests page. Drop your toolbox link and a little blurb on what you want, and we're happy to get to you on stream. Until next time, folks, we'll see you in the next account review. Have a good one, everybody.